Hi and welcome to GRASPx Robotics 101 series. In today's video, we are going to learn about how to do distance measurement using HCSR04 ultrasonic sensor. This is a non-contact sensor used in electronic kits. Its range goes from 2 cm to 400 cm with an accuracy of 5 mm. We also need one breadboard, an Arduino UNO, few jumper wires and a USB cable to do this project. Now take your breadboard and plug this ultrasonic sensor across these vertical rails. You can see you have 4 pins here: VCC, trigger, echo and ground. Now let's put your 4 jumper wires across the 4 vertical rails. Ensure that you are choosing the same 4 vertical rails like this. Now the first pin, that is the green color one, goes from the VCC to the 5 volt of this Arduino. So here. For the second pin, that is the blue one, it is a trigger pin, and for trigger we are using pin number 9. It's like the blue pin number 9, and pin number 10 for the echo pin, and the last one is the ground pin, so we will be plugging it in ground. That's it. This is all we need. Now take your USB cable and plug this in to your Arduino and the computer. Once you plug this in, you can see this LED on. Now let's get to the coding. What sonar does is, it sends a signal out and then receives it. By using the time that was needed in between from the sending and the receiving, it calculates the distance by this formula, this great formula of speed and distance and time. Now you can see this HCSR04 diagram here. It has two ends, one the transmitter end and the receiver end. Now the sound signal is at a frequency at which it is inaudible to the human, but what it does is sends the signal and then receives back. Receives back, why? Because this object that we are keeping it in front of, it reflects it back. So that's how it works, and we are going to use this principle in our coding and then measure the distance of all of the objects. Now you can see I have already written the code, and you can also get it from the description mentioned. And now we have used two pins, right? The trigger pin and the echo pin, and I have declared these two pins here. Then we are using few variables as well, as you saw in the formula. That is the duration and the distance. Distance we are going to calculate, but the duration is calculated by the sensor, and we are going to use one very different formula. Now ensure that the trig pin, you are writing it as output and the echo pin as input. This is it. That's it for the setup and our serial monitor. Then let's go to the loop. What we are doing is we are putting a trigger signal, right? Trigger pulse. So we need the trig pin to be high for a very short span. And the delay function which we use is in milliseconds. So we write that the trigger pin is low. Okay. Now we put the delay of microsecond. For a very short time, keep it low. Then the trig pin should be high for the delay of 10 microseconds. Okay, 10 microseconds it's high, and then again we turn it to low. Now you can write and do not write the delay here. It's alright. Now calculate this time, okay, this duration that is between the sending and the receiving end using the pulse in function. Remember, the I in the pulse in is capital, and what do we where are we calculating this from? So we are calculating this from the echo pin. Let how long was the echo pin high. Now we have got this duration part clear. Let's measure our distance. That's all we care about, right? We are multiplying this duration, that is time, by the speed of sound, and then we are dividing it by 2, because as I said, it's going, the pulse is going out and then reflecting back to us. So it's taking twice the time, but we only need the time it's needed for either going or coming back. So therefore we are doing the divided by 2 function. Now we are going to print this distance. This is just for the commenting part, and this distance variable that we have declared, it's going to print it out in our serial monitor. Now we have put a delay of 1000 milliseconds, that's like 1 second, so that this cycles repeat every time after 1 second. Okay, now let's go ahead and compile this code. Now I will upload this code to the Arduino. I'll open my serial monitor here. Now it's giving me the distance. So now I will move to this side, and you can see that I'm placing an object in front of this ultrasonic sensor. You can see how this distance is getting varied. Now I have also placed a scale here so that you can approximately see like how is my accuracy of the ultrasonic sensor. So basically it's going to tell me the distance from somewhere of the mid of this transmitter and receiver circles. Now, as I go ahead, I'll go to the bar of 6 centimeter. You can see I have reached the 6 centimeter point, and on the monitor I'm seeing somewhere around 5 and 5.5 centimeter. So I'll calibrate this and I'll do this. Now you can see if I move this to the 10 centimeter bar, I can see the 10 centimeter on my serial monitor. So that's it. This is how ultrasonic sensor works. Congratulations that you have learned today a very important principle of sonar and made this amazing cool ultrasonic sensor project. Thank you.